So we're pretty much done with one fire pile, so I'm going to get a few buckets of water. It'll help. It doesn't help near as much as you think it does. I mean, that's probably 400 gallons of water right there. As far as putting it out, you can like dump a tractor trailer worth of water on it and it'll still be hot. But I'm dumping water in there, and Tim's taking the junk that was pushed up and rolling it over top of it. Hopefully it'll smother it out where I can, as I'm digging, it'll mix through it and it won't be so dusty. Steam bath in 3, 2, and 1. I think I'm gonna need another one. Here we go. Wide open. Clink, clink, clink. Get one more and dump it right here and go over there and stack the fire up now. Looks like we had a pretty good burn down last night. Burn a good hole out in the center of the pile like it normally does. I'll run around here this morning and throw the edges back in and it'll get back started fairly easy. And burnt down a little more than I thought it would. That'll be good. Now go back here in the back and finish cleaning up this corner and get it thrown on the fire. And then we're going to go, let me spin before I get behind the pile. You won't be able to see, but I'm going to go and start working on that tree line over there, getting that cleared and hauled over here to the fire.
by somebody, especially one of their best friends, you know, we've been friends long before you started charging me for pictures. You were taking pictures for free for a year, you know. A real entrepreneur is someone that says, okay, this is the biggest problem I'm facing. I'm going to go turn this into the biggest positive of 2019. I mean, I've told Zach, and I think we mentioned on the little teaser episode we did, BuildWit's the reason why we are who we are now, hands down. And I'm not saying that to boost your ego because you're sitting here. I think anyone that followed us early on, I mean, the first probably 100 people we hired because of BuildWit. You know, all the cool pictures and how it started. Now, the whole reason Zach's standing here is because you brought him on the site, and I thought, man, this dude's talented, and obviously he was talented, but I mean, we wouldn't be even half of what, if we tried the traditional contractor method, where you go in the job, you do a good job, you try to, you know, use those positive words of affirmation from that client to the next client. Just doesn't, it's not scalable. You gave us a pathway to scalability that really no one else could, and it's just, I don't know, it was super interesting. It was in a good time where Instagram organic reach was high, LinkedIn organic reach was insane, and it still is high. But you know, I can honestly say that was probably one of the toughest conversations, and Thomas was around. I mean, it was one of the toughest conversations I had because you were clearly upset. I was upset. And it was just two of us in the places that our businesses were in, just growing in different directions. So, I mean, if you can take that kick in the balls and change your business model and your outlook for 2019, it's crazy, because I don't think the guys that you have now, that was just you back then, right? You and Dan?
And Dan was part-time. You know, he was working for nothing.
And now you got a team.
Yeah. And after that phone call, I did some soul searching and wrote down my whole business on some papers. It was 10 pages, thought about my whole business plan, everything. And someone, basically my second dad, this guy, he is ruthless entrepreneur. Ruthless. I mean, hundreds of them. I don't know, who knows how much money this guy has, but you never know it. He wears the same clothes he wore 20 years ago. And I grew up with him my whole life, so I got to watch how this guy eats breakfast and talks to people and acts, everything. Studied this guy for years. And
it needs to be torn down and cleared, done. Other than that, it's going to be finishing cleaning everything up and getting it all burnt. you dump truckloads of concrete for the pond, and there's probably 20 left. So I'll get those cleaned up. No need to fill the pond up completely with concrete. Post pulled up or snapped off. There we go. Back in the hole. There we go. Now we got it. That one wasn't in the ground very far, about 12 inches. If that. Sunshine starting to peek out. Glad the rain's about out of here. I need to get all this burnt up before it dries up, though. It won't take long with the wind blowing like it is. Sure enough, set the woods on fire today with the wind blowing that hard. If it was dried out. Back over there when I get this done and go ahead and stack the rest of that mess on the fire. Let it do what it'll do. That way it'll burn and die down by the time it's ready to go. I'm ready to go today. If I can ever get this little giblet stuff cleaned up. Doesn't do any good to throw it in the truck so hard that it bounces out. Alright, that'll work. I'll grab the last couple pieces and just tote them down there in the bucket. I thought it was going to be. I guess being able to load most of it from above don't spill as much and therefore don't quite get as much dust. It's still pretty dusty though. But the good thing is there's a good wind. I've got to rake this stuff out after he dumps it. I'm trying to mix a scoop of ashes with a scoop of wet stuff, and kind of, maybe it'll soak in, soak some of that, calm some of that dust down. That was a pretty good one there. And I'll come over here and get some of this. Doesn't have a lot of ash. Maybe I lied. That's not too bad. Oh, let's just use the thumb and get a big old ruffle. Big scoop. To catch on fire as he's driving over there. And this one should finish out below. There we go. all the ashes dumped down here and concrete covered up with that. I tracked it in down here, and I got a few logs to pull out. I'm gonna throw it in the fire on the way out. Tomorrow we'll probably start hauling some dirt. We'll bring some nice clean dirt down here and start building the berm all the way up with that. Let the fire die down. I'll probably run a row all the way down the wood line, and we'll go from there. Be back tomorrow.